these technical sections. Unfortunately, Matt can't. To his credit, the Brit manages to keep the car on the road. Henning Solberg has never quite found his confidence on a rally where confidence is all important. Although the Stobart Ford driver is beginning to close on his teammate Wilson. Back at the front, meanwhile, the Fords have continued to edge away from Sordo Citroën over stage 14. It's all still very tight then. Sordo is first on the road into the final pair of stages, and in theory, none of the top three will want to be leading at the end of the day, as that would mean they'd start first on the loose gravel tomorrow, a real disadvantage. It could be an intriguing finish to the day as tactics come into play. Both the Ford boys are out on stage 2, continuing their charge. Here's second place Mikko Hirvonen, who's being tracked from the skies by Neil, courtesy of the Jordanian army.
You get a sense right here of just how treacherous these stages are. Mikko Hirvonen right on the edge. Big drops, nothing to stop him from plummeting down the side of the mountain and down the leaderboard. Very tight and twisty. The surface of the gravel has worn away and it's a hard base underneath. Hirvonen currently in second, but very, very close to his teammate, Jari-Matti Latvala.
Back down on terra firma, the drivers are well on their way through the day's final stage now. We're with Latvala, and with all the drivers monitoring each other's split times, this could be a very interesting last few kilometres. Will we see the Fords back off to ensure a favourable start position for the final day? Well, through the early part of the stage, there's nothing between the three of them, so no sign of slowing down yet. Unfortunately for Sordo, he's running first today. He started the stage 11 seconds behind Latvala. He clears the stage and will now have to sit back and wait and see what Hirvonen and Latvala do. The Ford team have radioed Sordo's time through and left it up to their drivers to decide how they use the information. Back with Latvala and back to Virtual Spectator to see how their relative speeds compare over the later part of the stage. There are the Ford boys, and look at Sordo, he's way ahead. The Fords are 10 kilometres an hour slower than the Spaniard at this point. Latvala has clearly backed right off. There's no sign of a mechanical problem. You can hear Jari-Matti and his co-driver discussing their time. He slows almost to a halt. Hope he hasn't backed off too much. Like his teammate, he deliberately drops several seconds in the final sector, and like his teammate, he falls behind Sordo. The luckless Petter Solberg, meanwhile, has been out of the running since his withdrawal on the first day. He's back out under Super Rally rules, but his run doesn't last long.
Open to the crest, tarmac.
More frustration for Petter and Phil Mills, but it's all change again going into the final overnight break. Sordo is back in the lead with Latvala 8.5 seconds behind and Hirvonen just under 2 seconds behind his teammate.
So it's the end of day 2 and we have the top 3 in front of me. Rally leader, second place, third place. First of all, Danny, how was it today and how come you're still leading?
I think I'm not leading, no, I'm leading, but for last 20 seconds in the last stage, I think it's for that I am leading, and for clean tomorrow the road. But we'll see. I think tomorrow is very difficult first in the road, but we'll see what's happened.
Now, Jari-Matti, you seem to be putting in some very quick times today, but then towards the end, backed off a little bit. Is that tactics or was there something wrong?
Yeah, we had a team strategy for the rally that in case if we have a close battle, in the rally there on Saturday, so we don't want to be the first car on the road on Sunday, because it's not very easy to be on first car on the road.
You've got Danny to sweep the road for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Danny. I'm sure someday you can pay it back to me.
Okay. And what's it like to be in that position? There was a period of time today where it was a Ford 1-2, first ever Rally Jordan. It must feel much better than Argentina.
For sure. I mean, I lost some important points in Argentina, and at the moment I'm quite confident about tomorrow. So, but it's still going to be a long day, so we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I can get 10 points here, and that would be a good finish.
Well, we will find out. Join us after the break for day 3, the final day of Rally Jordan. Welcome back to World Rally on Dave from the heavily fortified banks of the River Jordan, right on the Israeli border. There's a tense standoff among the top 3 entering the final day of the Jordan Rally. It may be Sunday, but this is going to be no walk in the park. The decisive final day starts with Kafrain already running the reverse direction. Huge variety of twists, tight turns, fast uphill sections, and then a tricky downhill finish, very hard on the brakes. That's followed by a short 9-kilometre burst with a big drop to the right and plenty of gravel on the road. Then the big one, stages 19 and 22, Jordan River, at just over 41 kilometres, the longest stage on the calendar, running alongside the border with Israel, could well decide the outcome of the rally.
And a spectacular early morning lightning storm reflecting the highly charged atmosphere of the rally battle in Jordan ahead of this last day. We're all set for the closest top 3 battle we've seen for years, and first up is Dani Sordo. We're about to find out just how much gravel he'll have to contend with running first on the road, and quite clearly there's plenty of it. The Citroën driver struggling for grip. Which is exactly the reason why Ford's Fins slowed down to allow Danny to pass yesterday. Latvala begins the final day 8.5 seconds behind the Spaniard. He's rapidly bearing down on the finish boards now, and this is looking very promising. He's back in front already. The strategy is paying off. Latvala is now 2.4 seconds ahead. That's one Ford in front then, and it gets even better. Hirvonen, who started the stage almost 10.5 seconds behind Sordo, also gets past, and once again we have a Ford 1-2. Latvala's back in the lead, and Hirvonen is just 0.3 of a second behind his teammate. The early signs are not looking good for Sordo. Moving on to the short 9-kilometre stage 18, and Jari-Matti is on the attack to press home his advantage. Huge drops at the edge of the road again. For a moment he was very close to a drop there.